There is a state of emergency in the WNBA right now. Their only star, their cash cow, the only player capable of capturing interest from people who aren't identifying as they, them. Caitlin Clark is out for a minimum of 2 weeks and possibly longer with a quad strain.
The WNBA just learned the harshest lesson in professional sports. You can't fake star power. 2 days ago, the Indiana Fever announced an injury to Caitlin Clark that will force her to miss at least 2 weeks, and the league's entire ecosystem collapsed faster than Angel Reese's layup.
There wasn't any worry going on in the WNBA executive offices. If there was no worry, oh, people aren't going to turn off, oh, people are still going to show up. If that was the thought that they were having up there in WNBA La La Land, well, now might be the time to hit the panic button.
Ticket prices for the Fever of the Sky game at the United Center dropped 71% in a single day. Fans are demanding refunds, canceling travel plans, and selling tickets at massive losses. The league moved games to bigger arenas banking on Clark's drawing power, and now they're scrambling as empty seats stare back at them. Meanwhile, where's the Angel Reese effect everyone keeps talking about? Spoiler alert, it doesn't exist. Let's wish Caitlin a speedy recovery by commenting "Get well soon, CC" down in the comments below. Let's go.
48 hours after news hits that Caitlin Clark is injured and she'll be missing 2 weeks, the market has responded and the market has told the WNBA, we don't want this. We want her, but we don't want this.
You know what happened the moment news broke about Clark's injury? Fans started panic selling their tickets faster than Angel Reese throws bricks. The Chicago Sky thought they made a brilliant business move by relocating their June 7th game against the Fever from their usual venue to the United Center, home of the Chicago Bulls. They expected massive crowds and premium pricing because everyone wanted to see Caitlin Clark play in person.
The reality is, at this point, we don't know how much time Caitlin Clark is going to miss. If it were up to Uncle KC, Caitlin Clark would miss the remainder of the regular season, so jealous, entitled players in the WNBA can be reminded that no one is watching for them. No one is staying home on a Saturday afternoon to watch Natasha Cloud. Outside of Vlad Pooter, no one's buying tickets to see Bob Griner, and no one, I mean no one, is paying to see Angel Reese attempt to play basketball.
Within hours of the injury announcement, those dreams crashed harder than a wide-open Angel Reese layup. Ticket prices for that United Center game plummeted from $86 for entry-level seats down to just $25. That's a 71% drop in a single day. The Sky went from counting money to counting empty seats before the game even happened.
When it comes to the Chicago Sky game, the marquee matchup in the WNBA, like it or love it, rivalry or not, Chicago Sky, Indiana Fever, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, that is the marquee matchup in the WNBA, and those tickets are crashing just as well. From $86 48 hours ago to $25. And by the time June 7th rolls around, it might cost you a bag of Skittles and some Lay's potato chips to get in there.
Real fans were making tough decisions that revealed the truth about Clark's impact. One avid fan canceled his flights and hotel reservations for the upcoming Connecticut Sun game in Indianapolis, stating, "We are Caitlin fans before Fever fans. She's the biggest draw. That's who the girls want to see."
A majority of these are everyday, normal people who watch Caitlin Clark in Iowa, watch her in her first year in Indiana, said, man, I want to watch that. I want to go to those games. I want to experience that. They won't be able to experience it. Time to sell. Families that are going to be driving a state over, 2 states over, commuting 4 hours, getting a hotel room, paying for parking, paying for this, they're not doing that anymore. People from flying across the pond, they're not flying across the pond to watch the Indiana Fever. Stop it, WNBA. They're flying across the pond to watch CC22.
The Washington Mystics faced the exact same nightmare scenario. They had moved their Fever matchup to the larger CFG Bank Arena in Baltimore, betting big on Clark's drawing power to fill those extra seats. When the injury news hit, get-in prices crashed from $41 down to $22, a 47% decrease that left the Mystics staring at a financial disaster.
Indiana Fever ticket prices to games over the next 2 weeks have dropped 42% since Caitlin Clark's injury announcement. An average ticket price of $137 all the way down to $80. People are selling their tickets, definitely can't get face value, so what do? They just continue to lower and lower and lower and lower and lower the price. This isn't all resellers, folks. Hate to break it to you. A majority of these are everyday normal people.
TickPick data revealed the brutal scope of this collapse. Average ticket prices for the 4 games Clark was expected to miss dropped from $137 to $80 across the board. This wasn't some minor market adjustment or seasonal fluctuation. Teams that had gambled on Clark's popularity were now facing half-empty arenas and angry season ticket holders demanding their money back. This complete market meltdown exposed something the WNBA didn't want to admit. Their recent success story depends almost entirely on one player. The financial damage was immediate and measurable, proving that Clark isn't just another talented player or rising star. She's the entire show, the reason casual fans buy tickets and plan weekend trips around basketball games.
Angel Reese, Under Pressure. When you think about it, there have been so many classic songs written about the WNBA dump. Obviously, Under Pressure by Queen and David Bowie, which directly applies to what Angel Reese and her colleagues are going through right now. An immense amount of pressure to carry this dump of a league while Caitlin Clark recovers from a quad strain.
Meanwhile, Chicago Sky fans were probably scratching their heads wondering why their own supposed superstar couldn't generate even a fraction of this excitement. Angel Reese's presence has never caused ticket prices to surge, travel plans to change, or arenas to relocate games to bigger venues. The contrast couldn't be more obvious. When one player's injury triggers a league-wide economic crisis while another player's best games barely register on the public radar. The television ratings tell a story that should make every other WNBA player deeply uncomfortable. During the 2024 season, Clark was responsible for 26.5% of the entire WNBA's activity across attendance, merchandise, and TV ratings combined. That's one player carrying more than a quarter of the league's total impact. But the viewing numbers reveal an even more devastating reality for anyone who thought other players could match her drawing power.
With Caitlin Clark injured, the WNBA will be reliant on their other stars to carry the league. I'm not just talking about ratings. I'm not just talking about attendance. The WNBA will be reliant on their other stars to maintain the interest of the mainstream. With Angel Reese being the only player with mainstream name recognition, most of the pressure, it is going to be on her to perform. And we have plenty of evidence that proves Angel Reese is not qualified to carry the league.
Of the 23 WNBA games that reached at least 1 million viewers this season, guess how many featured Clark? 20 out of 23. Let that sink in for a moment. Without Clark on the court, the league struggles to hit viewership numbers that she delivers consistently just by showing up and playing basketball. The average viewership for games featuring Clark was 1.178 million, compared to just 394,000 for all other WNBA games. That's not a small gap, that's a chasm.
People might be saying, oh, well, the teams aren't really going to suffer. They already sold the tickets. No. You don't understand. If the Chicago Sky moved into the United Center, and let's say resale-wise, they sold all 19,000, well, when only 9,000 to 10,000 show up, they're losing merchandise sales, they're losing food sales, they're losing beverage sales, they're losing big. They took a big gamble to get into that arena, and they're losing big because it's not going to be full, and those people aren't going to be buying things there. 2 weeks ago, last year, if you wanted to get a glimpse of Caitlin Clark, try to get that autograph, it would have cost you $300 to get in the building. It would have cost you $200 to get in the building, $500 to get in the building, and then you got to fight to get close enough. Now you have a pretty good opportunity. $25 to get in the building. Let me make my way down because nobody's going to be there. Hey, Caitlin, and she loves her fans, so she's gonna sign. She loves her. Hey, Caitlin, I came all the way. Can I get an autograph, please? It sucks you don't play. Oh yeah, sign. So for those that are looking for a Caitlin Clark autograph, now might be your best chance to get that at a reasonable price. I'm just saying.
My inside sources are telling me that Mama Reese demands free tickets. The Chicago Bravado, they happily oblige because they're also giving away free tickets to the other dozen or so people that show up to the arena.
Angel Reese is now quoted as saying, "I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person." She refuses to say Caitlin Clark's name. "It's because of me too, and I want you to realize that." Sorry, young lady. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody would be watching the WNBA additionally for you. This is all about Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is bringing the money to the game, the planes to the game, the TV viewership. The WNBA is on fire because of Caitlin Clark.
Even though the mainstream media wants us to believe that Angel Reese is a huge star, we have years of evidence that proves otherwise. Like I say all the time, there is a huge difference between a star and a draw. You can be a star, you can be famous, and still not be able to draw flies to a fresh turf. Once you remove Caitlin Clark from the equation, there's no reason for people to watch this league, which is why people haven't been watching Angel Reese throughout her career. Her final season at LSU, this was the pinnacle of her drawing power. Angel Reese was coming off of winning a national championship. She was making cameos in these atrocious rap videos with Cardi B and some girl named Lado. Now keep in mind, this was before her public image was tainted. This was before Angel Reese was playing the role of the villain. Her final season at LSU, Angel Reese was filling the arena to 88% capacity. On the road, it was significantly worse. She was averaging just over 8,000 a game on the road. Her rookie year with the Chicago Bravado, the numbers were eerily similar. It was around 88% capacity. Angel Reese averaged around 8,700 a game. Going into 2025, Angel Reese was the only star in the secondary dump unrivaled. For the first time in her career, it was her opportunity to prove that she could draw. It was her opportunity to prove that she did not need Caitlin Clark to draw an audience. What was the end result? Unrivaled averaged 221,000 viewers.